pre-conference, and on behalf of NHRD and my personal behalf, I extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you here. At the most, you would be aware, for 3 years in a row, the Bangalore chapter has been adjudged the best by the national board. Rightly, therefore, this year, the Bangalore chapter has been given the opportunity to host the national conference. NHRD, in its true spirit and mission, is aiming at enabling the realization of the human potential of people in the associated constituents. Obviously, given the vast canvas of the subject, it would not have been possible for the NHRD to compress everything in the main conference. In order to address that, there was a need of multiple constituencies, domains, various elements of knowledge to be addressed. This thought process evolved into a creation of structure as known in the visual. So this is the pre-conference visual, what you people are seeing on the board, and the first one is the social media recruitment for which you have registered and you are here. So there are many more here. Okay. So you can even check with the volunteers what all the other programs. So you can, most of the programs are free. So you can register for that and also, make a best leverage of all these programs. So this will be there with the volunteer there. The essence of entrepreneurship, in my view, is taking total ownership of the organization mission and doing everything possible in our role, not just to support but drive and deliver it. This applies to our individual lives as well. We need to take ownership and lead it. Deming, the quality guru, had once said, knowledge enhances our capacity, create results. While everyone in an organization continues to chase Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess, the NHRD is back of Lord Saraswati, the Hindu goddess of knowledge, into this organization. The purpose of the entire conference and its sub-components are created to facilitate bringing Goddess Saraswati into the participants and through them to the organization. As a part of pre-conference, our idea was to enable the fraternity further members to look into their own occasions and see how they can sharpen the saw could probably help them in various forums. So today's program is one such learning event, and please make best of it. Now please also feel free to tweet at NHRD Bangalore, hashtag NHRDConf16. Okay, so this will be also there with the volunteer. He will pass it on to you. So about this event, what you are feeling, so please feel free to tweet this. Now welcome all of you once again and wish each one of you a day filled with a great learning experience. I call upon Dr. Geeta here from BMS College to introduce the instructors for the day. Shubha, over to you.
Savita. Good morning. This is Dr. Shubha from BMS College of Engineering from the Entrepreneurship Cell. It's my pleasure to introduce the trainers of the day. We have with us Yusuf Pathan. He's a chief trainer for today. He's been in the recruitment industry for the last 14 years. He is a certified people sourcing professional, level 2. He has conducted numerous training workshops for recruitment and sourcing professionals all over India and also trained corporates that include MNCs like Snapdeal, KPIT, SunGuard, Make My Trip, WNS, Capgemini, Novartis, Eaton, Neomo, Fiserv and more. He is the managing director of a company called Key Resourcing, which is an RPO. He takes care of strategy and operations of Key Resourcing for its rapid growth. Key Resourcing was founded by him in 2009 with a handful of employees and is expanding RPO with globally interlinked, adept and qualified professionals. Earlier he held positions in RPO like Argent System from 2001 till 2004 and OS2I from 2005 till 2009, where he led a team size of 50 to 60 for various processes like CV sourcing, passive sourcing and name sourcing. He holds strong experience into sourcing across APAC, EMEA and US. He has been listed as one of the top 100 influential HRs in India. He has partnered with many of the world's leading executive search and recruiting firms to support their executive search, research and sourcing teams with highly targeted name generation, name sourcing, long list generation and passive candidate sourcing solution. He is a graduate in commerce from Pune University. Welcome, Mr. Pratap. We have with us today another trainer, Michelle. She comes with over a decade of experience in recruitment, training, and social media. She's got extensive experience of handling mid to senior level hiring in non-technology, corporate support, function space. In her last role, she was leading leadership hiring at Coffee Day Group and previously worked with companies like ABC Consultants, Merrin and Associates, the Grand Hyatt Delhi. She graduated from HLIC Ahmedabad and then did executive PG from XIMB. Been associated with a couple of NGOs for the last 7 to 8 years, helping the community and students, training them on personality development, soft skills, and others. Part of a lot of HR forums online and offline like NHRD, HR Shapers, Sourcing Adda, No Jargon, and many more. She's a photographer, a chocolatier, and a big foodie. Is full of energy and enthusiasm, loves to hang out with friends, a people person by nature, I can assure you that. She strongly believes live and let others live, and whatever happens, happens for a reason. Welcome, Ms. Michelle. Hope all of you have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So, we'll start with today's session. Okay. Now, how many of you use social media for recruitment? Okay. A lot of people use. What do you exactly do on social media? Passive candidate engagement. Okay. Building network. Okay. So when I say social media, you guys are only talking about LinkedIn. Okay, X-ray search. Okay, how many of you use Facebook for recruitment? Only 2, 3, okay. How many of you use Twitter for recruitment?
First of all, how many use Twitter?
Okay, how many of you use Twitter? Okay. So no one uses Twitter for recruitment.
I was using for US recruitment, but in India,
No, you haven't used. Okay. Now, for us as recruiters, we think that LinkedIn is only one social media site from where we can get candidates. Right? That's what we feel. Other thing is, we feel that candidates are only available on job portals and not on any other sites. Now, LinkedIn is just one more addition to the job portal part, right? So today's session, we're going to concentrate more on different tools or different techniques from where we can get candidates. Okay. Now, when I say different tools and techniques, so we're going to come out of our normal comfort zone of the job portals. We're going to look at different techniques on Google, because Google is a huge database. Okay? A lot of CVs which can be found on Google. Okay? There are a lot of websites where you can find CVs, and that too free. So whatever tools and techniques we're going to cover today, we're just going to cover all the free tools and technologies in the market which are good for the Indian market. Okay? So we'll start with the session. We'll look at a little bit of job portal first, and then we move to these technologies. How many of you use commas while searching on job portals? Okay. How many of you use just Boolean operators? Just Boolean operators. Okay. Just Boolean operators. You don't use commas? And commas. But anyone who just uses Boolean operators and no commas? Only both of you? Yeah? Only Booleans, okay. Only 3 of. Why? I mean, rest everyone is using comma, only 3 of you're not using commas. Any reason?
it's a powerful search. We can search any kind of big forms.
Okay.
We can combine big formats.
Okay.
It's an ultimate search.
Okay. What about you?
So Boolean, most of the time fulfill our requirements. So
Uh-huh.
it depends on. So for example, if you're searching on LinkedIn sometime,
Uh-huh.
then
Boolean. Okay. What is the difference between comma and Boolean? I mean, why did you switch to Boolean and I mean, rest everyone is using comma and you only Boolean. So why is that difference?
This one, the requirements which are very much complex
Okay.
cannot be derived from commas. It only searches for keywords within comma.
Okay.
So if you have to use multiple
Keywords, multiple search.
yeah,
Okay, let's say we just doing a very normal search, normal generic vanilla skill requirement. Would you still use a Boolean or would you go for comma?
very basic property you use commas.
Okay.
Complex searches, it's also the combination of search within the search.
Mhm.
And I say Boolean.
Okay. Now I'll tell you one thing. If you guys are using commas, the problem is commas are not recognized by databases. Okay, they're not recognized by different search engines. So whenever you get a chance after the training, you can check. You would get a lot of irrelevant results which are not useful to you if you guys are using commas. Okay. So I advise that always use Boolean operators, whether it's a vanilla skill requirement or your tough requirement, your niche skill requirement, any kind of requirement, always use Boolean searches. I have never used commas. The reason being, I'll give you an example. Okay. On your laptops, you can see calculators, right? Everyone has a calculator on your laptops. Now, if you look at the functionality behind the calculator, it is if I add 2 and 2, then the value I should get is 4. This is the coding written at the back end of this calculator. Similarly, on the web pages, you have the same thing. So if I click on this link, it should take me to this page. Okay? Everything is built on logic. And all this logic, there are operators which helps to build this logic in the coding at the back end. And these logical operators are called Boolean operators. Now there are millions of Boolean operators. Okay? If, this, then, that, near, or, and, not. There are millions of Boolean operators. So imagine today I come here and speak in a different language which you guys don't understand. Definitely you won't understand a lot of things from me, right? It's the same thing with the databases, it's the same thing with the websites, it's the same thing with the softwares. If you're not talking in terms of their language or in their Boolean logics basically, the softwares also don't understand what you're trying to tell them, right? So commas are not understood by the search engines or by the Naukri or Monsters or those databases. Okay, so we'll start with basics first, and then we move to the advanced techniques where we will be able to get profiles. Okay? Now we'll start with the Boolean operators. I will be covering 5 Boolean operators, basic Boolean operators, which would help you design your search strings. One thing what I would require from you guys is, I want requirements from you, because in the PPT, I've just mentioned very few generic requirements. So these examples may or may not be related to your industry.